The Trash Talk Tailgate.
Strong right slot, Z right. Spider 2Y banana seal.
You're going to call it like it's your favorite play you've ever gotten in your life.
Here we go. What up, everybody? It's your boy, Riley Puddin' Peters, coming to you, as always, with the doctor, defensive backs, quality control coach, Preston Rowe. This is the Trash Talk Tailgate. And we have made it all the way through a winding and rather crazy NFL season to end up with what was probably the most mundane outcome of the season. I mean, every person at the beginning of the season that barely knew anything about football could have probably put a dart in the 49ers versus the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and it would have been a pretty safe bet. And it felt like we went through so much craziness in this season just for this to be the outcome. It's kind of wild, but here we are, man. Super Bowl Sunday is upon us, and it's coming quickly, but we got to break down the game, man. The big game. The 49ers versus the Chiefs. We've got Purdy versus Mahomes. We got CMC versus an angry toddler, Isaiah Pacheco. And most importantly, we got the battle of two of the best tight ends in football, Travis Kelce and George Kittle. Dr. Preston, how you feeling, man? First thoughts on opening thoughts on the game.
I told you this before the show, Riley. I've gone back and forth all week trying to figure out who I think is going to win this game. It's tough, man. It seems to me like it's the clash of two completely different ideologies. You know, you've got one team, the 49ers, who have a just stacked roster, but they have a quarterback that you have questions about. Let's just say that, you know. You've got Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner. Like, they've just got Trent Williams, all these guys that are just studs around the quarterback. And then on the flip side, you've got a team that's really the quarterback.
Is their quarterback.
Yeah. Like, you know, you've still got Andy Reid, and he's a great offensive mind. Travis Kelce, obviously. But, I mean, dude, like, seriously, if Patrick Mahomes was not the quarterback, you keep the entire Chiefs roster the same, but flip Patrick Mahomes for Brock Purdy, is anyone picking the Chiefs in this game?
Dude, if you just straight one-for-one flipped Brock Purdy for Patrick Mahomes, who is stopping the 49ers?
No. But, like, I mean, seriously, just take out Patrick Mahomes and put in anyone on this Chiefs team. Are you going to pick the Chiefs over the 49ers?
No. Yeah, no, the 49ers are, I mean, truly, if you, on paper, they are the tiger of this meet. Like, they are I mean, listen, they've got the number 2 overall offense this season, highlighted by the number 3 overall rushing offense. And they've got, you know, the number 8 overall defense. But, you know, it's almost like the exact flip for the Chiefs. They've got the number 9 overall offense and the number 2 overall defense.
Yeah.
So you really, it's like, it's just these two squads. They obviously they're perennial favorites. Obviously they, you know, they've competed. They've been to the Super Bowl so much, but the 49ers, they really are just like a better team. Patrick Mahomes is just an actual magician. He's not even a quarterback.
No. Like, he's Captain Patrick Mahomes, dude.
Yeah. No, and this is such a hard game. Much like you, I've gone back and forth just endlessly about who I think is going to win this, because to me, this is the game of you can't go against them. No. Both of these teams. Every time we've gone against them, they have proven us wrong.
It's true. It is true.
So, you know, how do you go against them? You know, how do you go against either? Like, when I say them, I mean both of them. Both of these teams, the 49ers and the Chiefs. I mean, look at you know, where we're at right now. Like, they are, they got here both in crazy pass. I mean, like, in the conference championship rounds, San Francisco 49ers had one of the craziest comebacks in NFL playoff history.
Yep.
just to get here. The Chiefs dismantled a Ravens team that should have beat them handedly. Yeah. And so, you know, it's like, what do you say? What do you do? Who you go for?
It's tough, man, because, you know, on the one hand, you've got the much better roster, which is the 49ers, but then you have the much, much better quarterback. And it's tough. Like, it really is two conflicting and completely different philosophies and football ideologies clashing. But here's the thing, dude. I think this is going to be a key. You know, you talked about how the Chiefs have the number 2 ranked defense in the NFL. You can run on them, though. Like, their run defense has been suspect at times this year. And that was my biggest, you know...
That was what? Yeah.
That was my biggest concern about the Ravens, is they ran the ball 6 times for 20 yards. They were having success against the Chiefs. And then it seemed like they willingly just stopped running the ball, even though they were having success with it. So, Kyle Shanahan, his bread and butter is running the ball, especially with Christian McCaffrey. So, I do think that if the Niners can run the ball effectively, I think that gives them a major edge. But on the flip side, you know, I talk about that. One thing that people don't talk about enough, in my opinion, is how Kyle Shanahan has blown not 1, but 2 Super Bowls because he has a fourth-quarter lead, and the thing that got him the fourth-quarter lead, running the ball, he completely abandons it. So, as much as I trust, you know, the 49ers run game, do I trust Kyle Shanahan to not make the same mistakes 3 times in a Super Bowl? You know? Like, I mean, dude, if
third time be the charm.
If you haven't learned your lesson after 2 blown Super Bowl leads, you'll never learn your lesson. And yeah. So I do think that if the Niners can run the ball, I think they have a slight edge. So that's why I think I'm taking the Niners in this game, dude. Christian McCaffrey, I think, needs to have a big game, and I think he will. I think they can run the ball effectively.
Yeah. I mean, see, that's that same line of thought is kind of what I'm at, but at the same time, we watched them absolutely ruin the Ravens.
Yeah.
I was sure we're gonna run all over them.
Yep.
And for me, I mean, honestly, like, this is the game of the NFL script writers. So with that being said, I almost feel like it's got to be the Chiefs that are gonna win.
Dude, it's Patrick Mahomes as an underdog. Like, Don't you think that's going to piss him off? And that's why I go back and forth. I'm like, shit, man. Patrick Mahomes as an underdog in a Super Bowl? Like, oh.
It's hard.
It's hard, man.
It's also, I mean, it's hard to go against 49ers because on paper, they are such the better team and they should win this game.
They should win this game.
But just because they should win this game is why I'm kind of going for the Chiefs.
That's fair.
It's so crazy, but it's just the truth, man.
That's fair, dude.
Just the truth.
So... who do you think is going to have a big game for the Chiefs to win?
I mean, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
Dude, do you think the 49ers are going to, you know, actually cover Travis Kelce?
No, they're not. No one does. No, they're not. No one can do that. It's apparent that it is an impossible tactic to achieve.
It's really not, though. People just need to hashtag hire the TTT.
Listen, you're saying that, but I mean, you're right. Hashtag hire the TTT. But freaking, you know, it seems like not a hard tactic, but it is just never utilized. I don't know, man. It's crazy. But, I mean, is there any other combination of people that's going to win the Chiefs the Super Bowl more than the combination of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce?
Yeah. I mean,
I think you're, at this point, after what they've done all postseason, It's got to be them.
I think, I agree with you. I think on the flip side, so if the Chiefs are going to win this game, it'll come down to, can they, slow down Christian McCaffrey? Can they force the 49ers to get into second and long, third and long situations? And then it'll be up to Chris Jones, their star defensive tackle, and George Karlaftis, a rising star edge rusher for the Chiefs. Can they speed up Brock Purdy? Can they get pressure in his face? Can they, disrupt the timing of the West Coast system and the timing routes that Kyle Shanahan is so good at, utilizing? Yeah. If they can't run the ball effectively and stay ahead of the chains, instead of a 2nd and 8, it's 2nd and 6. If they can't run the ball, the Chiefs are going to have to get pressure on Brock Purdy and speed him up and force him to, make some errant throws, make some bad decisions. If the Chiefs can do that, they'll have a great chance to win this game.
Yeah, for sure. It's a very, very interesting game, just from all the optics on either side, just everything around this game coming in. It really does feel like this is the only outcome that we could have gotten.
It's true.
Even though no one wanted it. Everyone was like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. But here we are, and we've got it. But yeah, no, the Chiefs, and I think for them, honestly, here we go, for both teams, in my mind, if you punt more than 3 times in this game, you're going to lose.
That's fair.
Like you just, neither one of these teams can waste offensive drives. I don't think, I don't know. I feel like we're gonna see 2 defenses try to just smother the opposing offense, and I think that's just gonna lead to shot plays, big. Everything's gonna be big, or maybe the 49ers can do the improbable, put together a decent run game against this Chiefs defense in the postseason, but that's not happened yet. So I don't, even with CMC, the offensive player of the year, still seems like something that, no one's done. So we'll see if it can happen. But that's going to be, really it's whoever punts less probably will win this game.
I got a really tough question for you, Riley, because I know we got to move on. But just one last thing. Which team do you think should be more confident coming into this game?
Honestly, I think that the answer to that question for me is both of these teams should be riding high.
Yes.
I don't honestly confidence for both sides. I don't see how either of these teams could be inconfident in themselves.
Yeah.
So I think the difference maker could be if someone has a little bit of a in their own head moment. But both of these teams are coming off of almost improbable wins, at least the way that they did it. In the previous, the championship week, both teams had really good wins the week before as well. Obviously, the 49ers had a bye week. It's just, man, it's going to be a clash of the Titans. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
You think it's going to be high-scoring? Okay.
I actually do. Just because when the defense is these are 2 very explosive teams. Especially it feels like the more that you bubble them in and control them, the more explosive they end up being when they hit. We saw it with the 49ers against the Lions, dude. The Lions had them bubbled in.
Yep.
And it felt like as soon as they had them right where they wanted them, the 49ers just started swinging haymakers.
That's true.
And, that's crazy. So, they're a team where it's you can try to grind them out, but you're almost going to set yourself up for something else. And Kyle Shanahan is really good at doing that. He's so good at making you feel like you've got them where you want them. And then all of a sudden, you didn't realize you're 10 steps behind.
Yeah,
They're already in the end zone.
he only struggles whenever he's 10 steps ahead. Then he completely loses his shit.
Just loses it.
Yeah, dude.
Yep. Yeah, nah, he needs to be on the comeback. And honestly, I think that's going to benefit them because the Chiefs, they're not a great second half scoring team. They haven't been all season. I mean, they went on a streak there at the beginning of this season where they didn't score second half points for like 5 weeks straight.
Yeah,
something like that.
That's a good point.
I mean, like the 49ers, like if the Kansas City Chiefs, like the 49ers are going to have to weather the storm.
Okay.
That's how I imagine this game's going to start.
Okay.
The Chiefs are going to come out hot. The Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes is a gunslinger. The man is ready for the show. It doesn't matter what the show is. He's there. Like, lights, camera, action. My boy's taking snaps and he's slinging. That's who he is. They're going to come out hot. That's what they do. And if the 49ers can keep it manageable, and we've learned from the previous week that manageable's kind of ridiculous. like what is manageable for them to win is like a 20+ point losing margin. Like, as long as they keep it manageable, I think they have, they're an amazing second half team, and the Chiefs just really are kind of one of the worst. So
that's a good
so
point.
I think it would bode well for them if they can ride this and go into halftime with at least like some piece of momentum and not a 35-point deficit. All bets are on the table.
So Riley, I got one more thing to tell you.
Yeah.
You know who the biggest winner of this game is, no matter what?
Mickey Mouse.
Well, yeah, Mickey. Obviously, dude, you never fuck with the mouse. The mouse always
He
wins.
either gets to hug Patrick Mahomes or Brock Purdy. It doesn't matter. Both of those are kind of a win, I guess.
Yeah, but no. Do you know who is the real biggest winner? Just like no matter what the outcome of the game is.
Who?
Isaiah Pacheco. Do you know why?
Why?
This motherfucker came from Rutgers, one of the worst college football programs in the country. And in his first 2 years in the NFL, he's been to back-to-back Super Bowls.
True.
It's true.
I mean, yeah, Isaiah Pacheco. You know who the biggest loser is?
Who?
The Cowboys. Just because they are. All right, man. This has been a great episode, y'all. Please keep checking out our Super Bowl week content. We're gonna, we have another episode on the NFL honors and the Hall of Fame. Go check that out. We're obviously gonna cover the Super Bowl after the Super Bowl. Keep coming around for that, and in the off season, we're gonna be unveiling a bunch of new content. So also, subscribe. Be ready. It's coming. It's gonna be sick. But for this one, we gotta get out of here. Peace.